How is everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. Okay, you guys, I come back to do another video for you. Okay, the last video I told you guys I was going to do one on canning because my cousin asked for something on canning. So, we're going to do canning today. Yes, we are. Okay, what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to do grape jelly because when you first start off canning, grape jelly is one of the easiest things that you can make, okay? Easy peasy. The second, or any kind of jelly, okay, using a juice, I should say, okay, because we're going to use bottled juice. You can make any kind of jelly with bottled juice as long as it is 100% juice, okay, 100%. And if possible, it's better to use something that's organic because you're not going to have a whole lot of extra stuff in there. Okay, but today, we're going to use this. Plain old Welch's grape juice. It's 100% juice and there's not a whole lot of added stuff in it. Usual, you know, grape juice. And they do add, what's that? Vitamin C, citric acid, you know. Anyway, juice. Okay. Now, you're going to use the juice. You're going to use sugar and you're going to use pectin. And of course, you're going to have all your things that you need. You need your funnel, your canning funnel. You need your jar lifter. You need a magnet. And you need, what you call this thing? This thing right here. Okay. It just, the name of it just left my mind. Okay. Then you're also going to need pectin. Okay. Now, let me talk a little bit about pectin. Pectin this is a natural product because it's made from fruit. Now, you'll hear people talk about, oh, I wouldn't use pectin. Yeah, you can use pectin. It's all natural. It's made from fruit, okay? Oh, this thing, it came to me, ladle. Okay, so you're going to use 1 pack of pectin. Okay, this is Sure Gel. Okay, there's one made by Ball as well, but I learned with Sure Gel, so that's what I'm using, okay? Now, you can also get this for no sugar and low sugar, if that's what you want to make. But, you know, if you want to learn how to can for long-term storage, you cannot long-term storage with low sugar, no sugar pectin. That's the one that's going to come in a pink box, okay? So, now you can use that if you're just going to be canning jellies and jams that you're going to be using all through the year, but you can't store them, you know, long storage with low sugar. So get your Sure Gel. Okay, now, let me tell you, I already told you we're using the grape juice. We're going to use 5 cups of grape juice. And we're going to use 7 cups of sugar. And yes, that sounds like a lot of sugar. It is a lot of sugar. But this is what you need in order to preserve, okay? This will preserve this stuff. They tell you from 12 to 18 months, but it'll last longer than that, okay? So, now, like I said, we're going to need 5 cups of juice. We're going to use our pectin and 7 cups of sugar. Now, I got juice in this pot already. And we're going to add the rest of our juice, okay? 5 cups. This makes, I got some in there now. This is our 5th cup of juice. And of course, you're going to need your jars. I have my jars over here. This is hot. And they're steaming. Okay, let me talk about the canner I'm using. I chose to use my steam canner because steam canning uses less water. Okay, I would have had, if I would have used for regular, what we call water bath canning, I would have had to fill that thing up to cover these jars about 1 inch or 2. And I don't feel like lugging nothing that heavy, you know, because after you finish, you got to take the water out of it and everything, and I don't feel like doing all that. Whereas the steam canner, you only need to put like 2.5 quarts in there, you know, 2.5 quarts, okay? So that's what we're doing. That's what we're using. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and I'm going to bring you guys around to the stove so you can see what I'm doing, okay? So hold on. Okay, you guys, I got you at the stove. Let me turn this back on. I had to turn that off until I got you guys over here. And now we're going to add the pectin to this, okay? All right. Got that in there. Now we want to whisk this pectin in there to make sure it dissolves, okay? Okay, and then we're going to bring this, we want to bring this to a boil. All right. Okay, now let me bring y'all up so y'all can see me while that's coming to a boil. Uh-oh, sorry about the hand, y'all, but okay. Anyway, now we're going to bring this, stir this and bring it to a boil. Shouldn't take too long to come to a boil because it's already hot. It's warm, I should say. And like I said, over here, I got my jars. Now, a lot of people... Wait, hold on, y'all. Let me do this. A lot of people, I'm sterilizing my jars like this. A lot of people would use half pints. The little bitty jars. Let me get one and show it to you. This is the kind of half pint I got. But putting jelly in something like this is y'all know y'all never went to the store and bought no jelly jar this small. Come on now, we don't do that. So I'm doing mine in pints. Like, you know, that's just the best thing to do. Do it in pints, okay? Because this is more, you can get a small jar of jelly and it'll be this size. But it's not going to be that little bitty thing. Now, you might get what they call fruit spread, but I don't even think fruit spread come in that a small jar like that. So, yeah, we're going to stir this now. Let me pull the camera back down again because I want to show you something. Sorry about the hand. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I cut it off. Okay, let me pull this down. All right. Still not coming down. There we go. Bring you in closer so you can see. Pardon all my movement. Well, let me pull you back. Maybe that'll work even better. Okay, that's better. All right. You can't really see it, but sometimes, well, most of the time, what happens with it'll foam up. And what some people do is they might put butter in here, but I don't eat butter, so we just deal with the foam. And I didn't do that. I didn't put butter back in the day when I wasn't a plant-based eater. You know, I just, if it's too bad, I would just scoop it out. But since it's just me that's going to be eating this, who knows, I might not even bother today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is when this comes to a boil, I'm going to bring you guys back. Okay. Okay, you guys, I have what's called a rolling boil now. And what a rolling boil is something, it's a boil that you can't stir down, okay? It's going to boil regardless. All right, now I'm getting ready to add my sugar to this. Yep, it's at the boil now that I can't stir down. Okay. Now, like I said, let's add the sugar. Some of that melted down. And then what we're going to do once this starts, we're going to get this back to a rolling boil when the sugar dissolves. And then we're going to time it, and we're going to boil it for, after the sugar dissolves, for 1 minute. We got to get that sugar dissolved all the way. That's a lot of sugar. And like I said, but when you fix a sandwich, you know, or whatever you put this on, you're not going to be eating a lot of it anyway. I don't think most of the time you eat a whole tablespoon, and I think that's a serving. But I don't eat that much on a piece of bread. So, now we're going to bring this up, like I said, back to a rolling boil that you can't stir down. And you want to make sure you stir kind of constantly, because you don't want this to stick to the bottom of the pan. And you definitely don't want this splashing on your skin, because this is hot. This is like hot candy syrup. When you make candy, how hot it is. Same thing. Okay. Something from the sugar. What is that? Oh, a piece of sugar. All right. It smells so good. It really smells good. You don't, even if you don't want to use bottled juice, you can also use frozen juice, just as long as you get those 5 cups. Now I know with the ball pectin, they use 6 cups of juice. Okay, but this particular one, they use 5. I'm quite sure you can use 6, but you know, it all depends on the consistency of what your jelly is going to be. Okay. You want that to come to a boil again. I got sugar lumps in here. Got to get those broken up. Let's see here. Okay, y'all, what I'm going to do is, so you don't have to watch me stand here and do this, what I'm going to do is put y'all on hold again, and when it comes to a boil, and when I get ready to start timing this, I'll bring you back. Okay, you guys, we now have a boil that we can't stir down. Make sure that this won't boil over. Okay, we're going to keep stirring this, and we're going to set a timer for 1 minute. Let it boil. It's easy, you guys. This is so easy. Anybody can do this. It's just that, you know, like at this stage, you have to be careful because it's hot, you know, and you also got to make sure that you don't break your pectin. What that means is that your pectin won't gel. But there are ways to fix it. When you buy the pectin, they have directions in there. So in case you do something and your jelly doesn't gel, you can fix it. They have ways for you to fix it. Okay. That's my 1 minute. That means it's ready. I can start putting them in jars, y'all. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this over to back to the table. So I'm going to put y'all on hold again, and so I can transfer this over to the table. Hold on, y'all. Okay, you guys, we're back to the table, and we're going to start putting, wait, they're hot. Okay, putting our jelly in our jars, okay? You know what? I should have scraped some of this stuff out of here. Okay. I wasn't going to bother, but I am. Because I don't want it in my jars. At first, I didn't think I would mind, but it's too much foam. Okay. You can actually still eat it. It just don't look pretty when it's sitting in your jars. So, take some of it out. Like I said, I don't eat butter, so I'm not going to be putting that in here. Okay. Just a couple of more scoops. All right. All right, here we go. That's good enough, I think. Wait a minute, let me get this. That's a big piece. Okay. All right, one more thing I want you guys to see that I'm going to do. What you want to do to make sure that it gels is take a little bit on the spoon. Maybe drop some on the plate. Yeah. And if you can take it and swish your finger through it, yeah, it's gel. It's gel. You can tell it's gel. Same thing on the plate. See that? You turn it around. How I swipe my finger through it, you can see that it gelled. Okay? Now, I'm going to put them in these jars. Wait a minute, y'all. I still got that stuff in there. Let me see. Let me see if this will work. It did a little bit better. Okay, now. And with this, you're going to take it up to the 1/4 line. Let's see, where is this at? Yep, it's right there. And now what I'm going to do is take a towel, and I have some white vinegar right here. And I'm going to wipe this top off because I want to move them out the way as I go to make sure there's nothing that will prevent the lid from, let's see. Okay. And you're going to do what's called finger tight. And I'm going to sit this back on the canner. Okay, then we're going to do, let me move this over. We're going to do our next one. I made a mess. Y'all know I always make a mess. Get this next one filled. Okay. And one thing about it, ain't nobody gonna eat this but me. So I ain't gonna worry about it too much. And you put when you put your lids on, you put your rings on, you only do it finger tight. Okay. Get the next one. So, like I was telling people, those who want to learn how to can and you haven't got a canner yet, you better go ahead and try to invest in one. Now, the steam canner here, you can get very cheap. They're very cheap on Amazon. So, well, I haven't checked the price in a minute, but they're very reasonable right now. So we're not gonna know how much they're gonna be in the next few months, because with all this stuff going on, with all this what they calling it, you know, because the ships, the cargo ships can't get in and can't deliver anything. So they might be in, you know, low demand. Now, the only thing I don't really worry about too much now are trying to get jars, because the jars that we do use, are made right here in the United States. So I don't worry too much about them, but most of these canners and stuff. Now, I think the All-American canner, which is out of a lot of our budgets, is made right here in the U.S. Now, I don't know about the Presto or any other of those canners. I don't know where they're made. So, yeah, do it now. And also, you can invest in a dehydrator, because a dehydrator, you can use for another way of storing food. You know, because you never know if you're going to have if you have a freezer, is it going to be working? You know, is there going to be electricity for it to be working? Okay, this was supposed to give me 6 pints, but it didn't. Okay, I don't, you know, 4 is good. Oh, I know why. Because they said some of them use 6 cups of juice, some use 7. So, yeah. But that's okay. The 4 is good. I can always do another batch later. No biggie. Ooh. So I'm going to take these off, because since nothing is in them. Wait a minute. Is this enough to do a half a pint? I doubt it, but let me see. Let me see if I can get a half a pint out of here. Let's see. Not quite, but we're going to put this up and put it in the refrigerator. So I can still eat this. So if that happens, you guys, if you don't have enough to fill up the jar, just take what you have and stick it in your refrigerator, okay? And we'll talk about the seals when this finishes. Okay, now, I got these jars in here. Turn this up, bring it to a boil. Put the top on. Because I think I told you guys with these steam canners, they have a gauge on it to let you know when you reached your point of to start timing to can. Now where I am, when it reaches its a point, the mark that it's on, I will can these for 10 minutes in my altitude. That's another thing too. You have to can according to your altitude. If you're 0 to 1,001 feet, you know, you would can these, steam can these or water bath them for 5 minutes, okay? Since I'm over 1,000 feet, I would can them, like I said, for 10 minutes. So I'm going to let these go in there and can. I'm going to let it come up to pressure. And then when it gets done, I'm going to bring y'all back because ain't no sense in sitting here watching this thing come to pressure. Okay, you guys, I'll be back. I'll bring you back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, the timers went off. Let me turn it off. And the processing time is over. So, we're going to remove this and take these out. And you guys, when you mess with these things, when you take the tops off, always remember, uh-oh, they're sealing already. Always remember to hold the top away from you because you give yourself a real bad facial, okay? And we're going to move these over here. Yep, and I think they all done sealed already. Let me move this over a little bit. Okay. Yep, they all done sealed already. So I'm going to let these sit here till tomorrow sometime. And then I'm going to come back and what I'll do is, I'm looking for a towel. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I always do it. It never fails. Okay. Tomorrow I'll come back and I'll remove the rings and I'll label them and put them away. They're all ready for storage. Now I have jelly for what? For a good while. Because I basically put it on toast when I fix toast. I will make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, believe it or not, sometimes. So, yeah, and I still got strawberry jam left, but I have to finish that up because when I did that one, I used the, the low sugar. Now, I'm going to make another one, but I'm going to make a regular one with the sugar in it so it'll last longer. Okay, grape jelly, y'all, for those who wanted to know how to do it. And I'm dedicating this video to my cousin Melanie Mahan because she is the one who wanted to know how it was done. Okay, so now that I showed you how to do it, Melanie, you need to get yourself a canner and some juice and stuff and make you some, okay? Okay, all right. With that, y'all, I'm going to say if this is the first time you ever watched any of my videos, I'm going to ask you to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so whenever I put up a new video, you'll know it's there, okay? What else? Yeah, and like I asked, if there's anything else you guys want me to do, just let me know. So, like I said, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, oh, and share. If you think there's someone out there that want to learn how to make jelly, share. Okay? So, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day and an awesome weekend. And with that, I'm going to say